Hello, Bashar.
And a you good day.
I was in line to talk with the young one, but I didn't get a chance.
That is all right.
That is all right. So I don't know if I have a question unless something occurs to me in this moment, but I wanted to say hi.
All right.
And feel my excitement standing here
All right.
and with all this group.
What is an expression of your excitement in life? Breathing. Very good.
Yes.
Very important.
I also really enjoy seeing and kind of uncovering for people and myself the part of them that's really innocent and just wants love, wants to see love, wants to feel love, wants to share that.
All right.
That's a really sweet thing.
Thank you.
Thank
It
you.
is. Anything else?
That's it for me. No,
All
that's it for
right.
me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, how are you doing today?
Perfect. And you?
I was a little short there for a minute, but now I'm back up.
Now you are taller?
I am.
All right.
I'm centered.
All right.
Good to be with you here again.
And you as well?
With all these beautiful people. It's really awesome. Thank you very much for the first contact. That was very beautiful with silence. Very beautiful exchange, and we
Yes.
really appreciate everyone in the room appreciating that being that came through.
Yes.
I definitely had some great insight to what
All
that
right. Such as?
person was taking in. It's foreign, very foreign,
Yes.
and separate, and almost like you can't even think about what they might be experiencing, what we might be experiencing, and whatnot.
Yes. Different perspective, different
Yes.
point of view.
Mm-hmm. I just wanted to ask some quick questions
Yes.
about ancient Egypt,
Yes.
Atlantean civilization, and
Yes.
connections of ancient Egypt, actually. So
Yes.
I've been watching many of things, such as Angkor Wat,
Yes.
Giza,
Yes.
Easter Island,
Yes.
all in one line.
Yes.
Why is that?
To take advantage of the electromagnetic grid on your planet, which can be amplified and magnified by many of these structures and focused like a lens for certain tasks. For example, the Giza pyramid, as we have recently begun to discuss, was designed to promote out-of-body experiences. In what you call the King's Chamber, there is a stone box that is specifically designed to certain proportions and natural harmonic ratios so that if you will insert yourself into the box, lie in the box, and you will meditate so as to create the cycles in your brain known as gamma between 40 cycles per second and 100 cycles per second. The box is designed to resonate in those gamma frequencies and feed that frequency back to the person in the box in such a way as to magnify and amplify that resonant vibration and pop them out of their bodies. And so going astral traveling was how many of the ancient Egyptian priests acquired the knowledge that they did.
Very beautiful. And the connection of the wisdom god of Thoth to the Atlantean times.
Yes.
Is Enki, is that the same energy?
No.
No, okay, that's what I thought. I have a personal question
Yes.
to end with.
That makes sense since you are a person.
So I just like to appreciate that due to the information coming through, I've been able to live my life in a very exciting way. I do what I love for a living, and I make a fantastic life doing it, and I'm here. And
I will thank you for creating that for yourself.
And now the big but coming in is I live two different lives. I'm a martial arts
Yes.
owner. I have a business where I teach many people.
Yes.
And this feels like another life that I live, that I'm obsessed with on my own times.
Yes.
That I'm constantly researching and discovering, and how to implement that in that way. How can that be done to more sensitivity?
The way you are describing what you are doing would seem to indicate that you are not necessarily having any particular kind of negative challenge with this.
No.
So what do you need to know that you don't already know in terms of acting on your highest joy?
That's what I totally thought.
Well, then.
One last thing. The I Ching. Can you tell me the...
The I Ching is a remnant of an ancient technology that understood certain resonant patterns and is representative of some ancient devices that were capable of replicating those energy patterns for the purpose, again, of putting one in the appropriate state by which one could access more information, more knowledge, more connection to all that is, and download, as you say in your current language, whatever information or knowledge was required at the time.
Bashar, is there war in fourth density?
Not usually.
Not usually.
There are a few exceptions, but in general, no.
How is war different in your reality?
There is no war in my reality.
Very nice.
We
Very
simply
cool.
do not need that experience. That's all.
Yes. Very
Remember
peaceful.
that war is based on the idea of fear-based beliefs,
Yes.
belief in lack, belief in disempowerment, and we simply do not need those experiences in our reality at this time.
Very beautiful. And how close do you feel that we are in, for me to integrate martial arts into this idea that it is very holistic. I can come from it many different ways. You know,
Yes.
it's as the
Well, it's all about harmonizing
history.
frequencies.
harmonizing frequencies.
Martial
yes.
arts teaches you primarily, fundamentally, the idea of matching the resonant pattern of another to such a degree that when you are engaged in that so-called martial art dance, you're matching their motion so precisely that there is a moment when neither of you are moving relative to one another. And in that moment, they can be redirected in any direction whatsoever because it takes absolutely no effort to do so.
Very beautiful.
You understand?
Oh, yes.
All right.
Yes.
Thus, you have an example of how to match the frequency of your true self, and in doing so, find that your life becomes effortless.
Yes. Well, thank you very much.
Well, thank you.
Thank you for all the gifts. I truly appreciate you. And
And
Keep
our
going.
deep appreciation to you as well.
okay, see you in the future.
I'll see you in the past. Since neither exists anyway, I'll see you now.
Good afternoon, Bashar.
And you good day.
I'm very excited to be able to speak with you.
All right, we are excited as well.
Great. I'm almost afraid to ask this question, but
You are almost afraid to ask?
yeah, almost, but not quite.
Oh, all
I'm going
right.
to ask it anyway.
All right.
I, in recent years, have been contacted by extraterrestrial beings.
Yes. You say
feel-
that like it's an unusual thing.
I'm saying it like I feel like a crazy person saying it.
You are a crazy person, but you're crazy in a positive way.
Okay. I'm just afraid that people will interpret it as crazy in the negative.
Who cares?
Okay.
The people that choose to always interpret something in a negative way are crazy. Literally, insane.
Is that negative or positive?
Positive simply means that which is integrative, connective, collective, expansive. Negative simply means that which is segregative. You understand?
Yes, I do.
So, those that operate in a negative pattern that are separative, dissociative, deconstructive in that way will experience that particular type of mechanical energy, so to speak. And being in alignment, so to speak, with the idea of negative energy causes fractures, fissures, dissociations within your consciousness. That would be a clinical definition of insanity. That which is integrative allows you to function holistically as more of a whole being. That's what's sane.
I see. So people who are psychotic, who are labeled that
Yes.
by the psychological community, are they actually the negative or the positive crazy?
It can be either, but generally speaking, what you are talking about is someone who may initially be experiencing a positive form that hasn't been given the appropriate tools with which to express it in a positive way, and therefore may be filtering their positive experience through a negative set of definitions that then allow it to transform into a negative experience.
I see. Okay, that clears that up. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, I want to ask a question about the ETs that I've been contacted by. And I feel like it's more than one civilization, but I do feel like
Yes.
one of them at least is the Yahyel.
All right.
Are any of them, any of the ships that I've been seeing, any of yours from your civilization?
You have seen a couple,
Okay,
but mostly you are seeing Yahyel and a few other things.
okay. Also, members of my family, I won't say who, because I want to protect their anonymity, but some members of my family have been seeing their spirit guides, have been experiencing their spirit guides viscerally.
Yes.
Seeing them, hearing them speak to them
Yes.
auditorily, not just,
I understand.
right, okay.
It's not impossible.
Well, no, because I've begun seeing them too.
Well, that's because you're crazy.
Oh, I see.
I am
Okay.
joking with you. You understand?
Yes, I do.
All right.
Okay, that's all I wanted to know.
That answered your question?
Yes.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good day, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
In past recordings, specifically the interstellar enneagram, you shared with us geometric representations that allowed us to serve as calling cards to connect
Yes,
with these
permission
other
slips,
society
yes.
permission slips. Could you clarify and or define a permission slip and or geometry to allow one to connect with the energies of epiphany, eclipse, and epsilon currently coming through our moon?
Well, the first and most noticeable permission slip would be the moon itself.
Okay.
So you can start with that if you wish.
Okay. That's what I've done thus far.
All right. There will be other ways in which this connection can be strengthened through other kinds of permission slips, but the timing for that is not yet.
Okay. Thank you. Next question. In past, you've shared that the Planck time
Yes.
constant, or 10 to the negative 43 second, is the time.
Is the tick of the clock of your reality, yes.
Now, that corresponding to the Planck constant, or that distance, that expansion or
Yes.
movement of that photon for
Yes.
that
Yes.
tick of the clock,
Yes.
is that moving radially in all directions simultaneously around one?
Yes.
How would excitement prioritize the direction of that radial expansion?
If you understand that excitement for you is a unique frequency, it will align you to the ticks that are necessary for you to experience that are representative of the path that is reflective of your frequency. Does that make sense in your language?
I
I'll
would
put it
love a
another
little more,
way.
yeah.
Imagine that you are looking at frames on a strip of film.
Okay.
Now, in general, you could say that all the ticks are all the frames.
Yes.
But let's say you are of a particular frequency that only needs every third frame. That would become your experience of that particular reality, whereas someone else might be seeing every fourth frame or every fifth frame. Does that make sense?
So you would age slower because you're experiencing higher self reflections in further.
Well, that's one way to experience it from a certain point of view.
Okay.
But you can also just experience it as a slightly offset, out of phase frequency to any other version of the tick.
Okay.
And it doesn't necessarily have to express itself as the idea of not aging. But it
Understood.
can. It can. Again, it depends upon how your frequency matches up to it. Because you're all really moving at the same rate. You're all really shifting at the same rate, fundamentally. But you pay attention based on your frequency to different frames within that rate. And it makes you aware of the fact that you're shifting when the next frame you choose, based on your frequency, is different enough that you notice the shift.
Okay.
Does that make sense? You do notice the shift now because noticing the shift is what you call the passage of time, so to speak. But you can also, well, euphemistically speaking, you can skip frames. And because of the greater degree of difference between the first frame and the next frame, you start to notice that you're shifting all the time.
Okay. So if you're putting out the vibration that you know that's the effect you're experiencing, the reflection then would...
Then you are, quote unquote, skipping frames in a particular way that is designed to allow you to experience the concept that you mentioned, perhaps, of not aging as much.
Yes. Okay.
Does that help?
Yes, very much so.
Anything else?
Yeah, I had a question when I was, and I've spoke to you in the past about this.
Bless you.
Regarding, well, thank you. Regarding
The one who sneezed.
Well,
But
I'll still
bless you
take
too.
it. Yeah. Regarding a simultaneous parallel incarnation of myself as a hypersapien.
Yes.
As that parallel incarnation, is there any information or specific guidance
That's
relevant?
not already coming to you? No.
I prefer the language that you offer as it is more clear, and choose to use that as a permission slip that I have a good relationship with.
Well, that's very sneaky of you. Do you climb mountains?
I can start. Not currently, no.
Will you?
Yes.
When? And where on your planet?
Mount Shasta is exciting to me.
When will you go?
The next 3 months is where I have that threshold of believability.
All right. Then in that journey and on that mountain, will you find the permission slip that will allow you to feel more consciously your connection to the Hypersapien counterpart?
Excellent. Thank you very much.
You are very welcome. Watch your step.
Good day. Fair enough.
Nania.
Yes, we actually have a few questions from our Ustream listeners that we'd like to ask you now.
Yes.
Okay, great. The first one is, why can't you talk about all of the hybrid races?
I can't tell you why I can't talk about all of the hybrid races. Otherwise, I'd be talking about all of the hybrid races.
Okay, just remember, I didn't ask it.
I'm not talking to you.
Okay, and if the Sasani beings are always learning,
Yes.
but they have no memory,
Yes.
how do they learn without memory?
We know what we need to know when we need to know it, and as we expand our consciousness, we allow ourselves the experience of knowing more because we are becoming more than we used to be.
So for those on Earth that are having trouble with memory,
Forget about it. And you won't have any trouble.
is this something that we are going to learn how to do?
I'm not being facetious.
What, about forgetting about not...
Forget about having trouble with memory, and you'll know what you need to know when you need to know it.
Right, because I think a lot of humans get very anxious when their memory is not working as well as they would like.
That's
And-
simply because of what they've been taught to think about their relationship to the idea of knowledge.
Right, and I think you've mentioned previously that I remember that you mentioned that
Yes.
one of the reasons that that's happening is because people are learning how to shift to knowing what they need to know when they need to know it in the moment.
Yes.
And as part of that shift, you might experience what you would consider a lack of memory.
Remember that memory is an illusion anyway. You're still creating memory in the present. So let go of the old definitions of memory as if it is actually remembering the past. No such thing.
Right, because you are actually generating an idea of the past from the present.
Exactly. Therefore, you're creating the memory anyway in the present.
And
So just relax the need to remember specific things from the past, and you will start to realize that you will know what you need to know in the moment when you need it.
Would you like to suggest a tool for becoming more adept at knowing what you need to know when you need to know it, in addition to
I
relaxing?
would love to, but I forgot what it was. And that is the tool. Laugh. It centers you and allows you to know what you need to know.
Okay, that's great.
Laughter is not only, as you say, the best medicine. It is truly that which centers you, integrates you. So you will then be more present, and when you are more present, you will see what is present with you.
And then you'll have lots of presents.
Exactly. The trainee didn't really give you a complete idea of the silence on Essassani. There is, nevertheless, even though we no longer really often use our ancient language, no lack of laughter.
So the silence is not complete. Can you hear people laughing, or is it kind of silent laughter?
It can be both. It can be both and often is.
Now, I just got something that you can actually hear songs in the forest.
Yes.
That's what I got.
Remember that it is similar to the idea of what we have come to understand as music. Our music to your ears would sound exceedingly simple. So much so that you would wonder what the heck we're playing. But we can hear more harmonics than you can. So something that may sound exceedingly simple to you would sound like a symphony to us. And therefore that translates right over to many of the vibrations coming out of nature. We can hear more of the vibrations than you typically allow yourselves to hear. And therefore, truly, in many cases, there are symphonies on Essassani all the time if you have the ear to hear them. So it's not silent in that sense, only in the sense that you understand noise and silence. But to us, there is a constant flow of melody, music, harmony, symphony, laughter. Even light makes music.
It kind of reminds me of many of the animals on our planet can hear a much wider range of
Yes.
sound.
Yes.
And it's like because your frequency is so accelerated, you can hear the higher harmonics.
Yes. And the
It's
fuller
richer.
and deeper harmonics that extend even into other dimensions that interpenetrate with the dimension you may be having an experience in. It's a very, very, very deep suspension into a musical soup in which we live. The atmosphere itself is like walking through music.
Beautiful.
It is.
And the last area of exploration here has to do with spirit.
Yes.
The first question was like, where are we when we're in spirit?
Here, now, more so than ever. Everything is here and now. It's just a different frequency.
So when you say that we have fallen asleep in spirit,
I didn't say you fell asleep. I said you were dreaming.
you never said that you fall asleep.
You don't fall asleep, but you can dream.
Okay, so you just simply become the state, or a portion of your being in spirit becomes the state of dreaming.
Yes.
And then through that dreaming experience, you experience yourself as a physical being?
Yes. We understand that we talked about the euphemism of saying, well, when you go to bed, you're actually waking up, and when you wake up, you're actually dreaming. But that wasn't meant to imply that from the spirit point of view, you feel like you're falling asleep. You're just simply utilizing a portion of your consciousness to experience what to you would be the closest analogy of a dream.
Okay.
This is experienced in a very different way from the point of view of spirit than it might be experienced in your understanding from within the dream.
And then lastly, one person asked, when there are so many parallel realities, how can you find the world that we're on?
There are frequencies and vibrations within my own being that attract me automatically to the things that excite me. This is what we originally meant when we said, you've sent out the invitation for first contact. All we had to do was be a first contact specialist to pick up on it. Therefore, it acts as a beacon, a homing beacon that we can zero in on very readily, because you're giving off a vibration that we contain that represents a world ready to begin the process of contact. Simple as that. How do you find the television program on your TV set?
You change the channels.
You change to the frequency that is representative of that particular show, and there it is. So if your remote tuner contains the ability to lock on to that frequency, then that frequency will come through your television set. A crude analogy perhaps, but sufficient. We contain the frequency of those worlds wishing first contact. That's who we are. That's what we are as a first contact specialist. So those will be the signals that we will hear the strongest because they have to do with our excitement. So we heard you shout, and we answered.
We're so happy that you heard our frequency and made this wonderful communication and appearance today and always.
We thank you all for this interaction and co-creation and allowance of this transmission. You may take a short break, and we will resume the transmission with the holotope experience to help lock in and crystallize this transmission and energy for you this day of your time. Take a short break.